Good afternoon, everybody. This is Chaos March Action. This team that you're watching is up 1-0 for the battle of the planet Pleione. We are playing terrain control mode on TC Dam. This is a 6v6 battle. The base at center is worth twice as much as the outside bases. There are flying bases available. This is a 30-minute battle for 500 tickets. You lose tickets when you have something die, or when you have a greater number of bases than your opponent. Repairs are disabled, which is a major change compared to the normal terrain control mode in this game. I love this map. I think it's very well put together. I think Blur did an excellent job putting this map together. We've played this a few times in drop mode, but this is the first time anybody's played this in terrain control mode in a very, very long time. So we'll see what happens. You see that they're going to try and take this base here. Proxima, the drop commander. Though in this particular case, you can make the argument that you really don't have a drop commander in terrain control mode. There we go, that's better. So, that's odd. Are you... An early battle. Wolverines have the upper hand here, playing as the Saiph Protectorate. The SJ-led mercenary group is being played as, I believe, the Tikhanov Task Force. With repairs disabled, you can try to run, but this is such a new experience for everybody that forming strategy is still a bit limited. With experience. I'm the emergency extra player, so I'll be subbing in when we have disconnects.
Assembly in progress. Bravo 7, outpost captured. Bravo 7, outpost under attack. Assembly ready in overhead. 1. Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems known. Foxtrot 3, outpost captured. Route added visible. Bravo 7, outpost lost. Shutting down. Sensors offline. Weapons offline. Reactor offline.
Donner, let me know once you're back inside of a mecha vehicle. Thanks.
Reactor online. Sensors online. Weapons online. All systems normal. Shutting down. Sensors offline. Weapons offline. Reactor offline.
Donner, let me know once you've left the hangar. You're outside the hangar? Okay.
Bravo. 7. Outpost captured.
This is Duelist. Once the pilot reports that they are back in their asset, the extra player leaves the battle. You can see that there are 2 different cap zones for that important center base. I was able to hold it to deny the massive ticket bleed, but now the Saiph forces will take the base back easily, as there's nothing in the cap zone. This is a pretty big map for playing a small number of players like this. But the small amount of bases and the large size of the dam, I think, make it work pretty well. I very much enjoy playing this map. You can see that they've sent Proxima into the air. We're still learning a lot of things as we play. This is called a raid mode for this train control mode. And the way that we arrived here was that the red team decided to initiate it by spending some of their points that their planets generate. And that's why we're in train control mode right now. We've played over 500 of the traditional drops, the one life team deathmatch. But this organized train control, while it's been done in the past for us, I think this is the 6th time we've done it. So we're still adapting some of the rules, some of the strategies and stuff. Basically right now, nothing's banned. All strategies are valid. It would take something extremely game-breaking over a long period of time for the referee to have to step in and do something about it. But we're still learning a bit. You can see Bob has got 2 assets on him. The 2 teams have some unique strengths. Marius, an outstanding drop commander, probably one of the best in the game, definitely, and maybe the best in certain situations. His compatriot is Proxima and Silvercraft for that team. And the teams have pretty good balance in terms of skill. As usual, Wolverine's Rebirth team, the Saiph team, has some advantages just playing together, cohesion. But they also have Marius, who keeps going as a battle armor, I believe, who's probably the best battle armor player in the game. So that's an advantage for them. An advantage for the other side, the Takhanov Task Force defenders, is that Proxima is one of the best flying pilots in the entire game. They can counter pretty well with Bob, I think, flying-wise, but that also removes one of their best pilots off the ground. It's always interesting in these smaller battles, in pretty equal teams, you start seeing the advantage for pilots when they take their absolute best assets. Avatar already, I'm impressed. Ticket-wise, Clan is down 60-something odd points right now, which is gonna be a bit hard to overcome. They're gonna need to secure the center base. Gnome's pretty far up. I think they're sending him out to get north. They're going battle armor to try and limit the number of lost tickets if they have. If they get killed. Bob and Athani going for the northern part, going for the northern base, I think meeting up with Gnome. Proxima out of the picture for a minute. Donner trying to cap center, I believe, moving up to trying to get away, but he's got a face on Gnome, and they have to get out of there. Gnome, even damaged, has a lot more firepower than he does. Wow. Nice job, Donner. Way to go, SJ. Burner and Stubby starting to bring some pretty serious firepower here. Cougar F and Mad Cat. They're going to try and move towards center. We've got a fight going on right now between the Thanatos of Bob and what's left of Donner's Owens, and Donner's trying to get out of there. I'm sure that Gnome's got him pretty beat up. Bob, I think, missed the heavy Gauss shot, which is the reason Donner's still alive right now. Proxima back in the air. Surprised they haven't gotten a bit of dedicated AA. There's no possible way. Just when you think you've seen everything in this game. That's Silvercraft and a VTOL. Donner finally goes down. He did a hell of a job doing a lot of damage in that. They'll have to get some dedicated AA now. That said, this is going to remove 2 of their ground assets. So they might be able to get some bases by outrunning them. Burner's got pretty good cover now against some of those missiles. No way. Well, there's your video of the week. Half their team. Okay, well, Gnome's on the other side. Still, 3 VTOLs in the air. I don't see that terribly often. The ticket bleeds, I think, too much at this point. They'll need to get some bases. can attack with those LRM VTOLs, certainly. Against other VTOLs, but ooh, did Gnome crash? He didn't crash, but he's gonna let that thing go for a bit. Well, he gets the parachute out on time. He'll be able to move down and probably be able to grab that base without having to worry about Proxima too much. Looks like Gorgots is going on foot. Marius joining him. Yep. Not a good place for shooting people. Woo! That was some good teamwork there. Gnome will have to go and try and get a weapon. So 2 battle armors or 3 battle armors for Wolverines right now. Yeah, three of their assets battle armor, I think, to limit the number of tickets they lose when they die. Battle armor dies, you lose 1 ticket. When the mech dies, that can go up to all the way up to 12. They've slowed the ticket bleed a little bit. It's not impossible. They're going to have to keep and secure that center base at all costs here. I think they've got center locked down pretty well. They've got northern base taken care of. So I think no ticket bleed right now. Goes out in the Raven with BHP to try and locate all these battle armor. It's the only radar system that can easily find battle armor from any kind of respectable distance. Proxima grabbing VTOLs. So Silver and Proxima continuing to stick to VTOLs. Very, very interesting. Proxima has upgraded to a Donar. Not sure if that's the A or not. Let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that might be the Donar A with Narc and ATM. Ridiculously powerful if it is. Donner and a Chimera backed up by Nightmare. Looks like they're going after the northern base here. See, the battle armors are going to make it hard for Proxima to do much in the air. That's Gnome attempting to cap, I think, still the north base. Marius taking a couple of shots as the battle armor against the VTOL. So with them going battle armor, they should have a lot of money to dedicate to their other assets. They could go assault or tanks. I'm starting to get the feeling that you want assets that either don't cost you many tickets when they die, or that you want super ridiculously heavily armored stuff that it can take a lot of shots in there. So right now the VTOLs are working against the TTF forces because they can't get in easily to cap right now, and while they can shoot down those mech assets fine, the battle armors are preventing them from taking out all the ground assets. So I think this is a really good strategy Marius is using a mix of battle armor and ground assets. I still am a slightly bit surprised though that they might not have, say, a partisan or something like that to go shoot down stuff, but yep, that's the Donar A. Hawkmoth for Silver. And Gnome's back in the air. Ooh, good shot by Gnome here. Ticket bleed's almost 100, so they're going to have to basically take all 3 bases. Uh-oh, that was Red X. That was a server issue for silver there. He gets those every now and again. That's unfortunate. We don't want to see that kind of stuff, but that's why he went down. So now Gnome's got some ability here to try and find some ground assets. Sees a couple down below him. He's gonna try and get a lock. Looks like we got some action down here. Marius doing his thing against Nightmare. Look at how well he anticipates his next. It took 2 assets to shoot down Marius. That was pretty impressive work. Chezer got his vehicle stuck and without repairs. If somebody doesn't bump this for him, he's gonna... Gnome found his target. Yeah, somebody will have to come bump Chezer, get him out of there. So they're advancing to center now. Gnome's gonna fire and keep some things moving here. Go ahead and take a look at what everybody's up to. Shooter, Raven. Silver and Proxima continue to use the VTOLs. Kind of surprising. I have never seen this kind of strategy before. It's crazy. Battle armors versus VTOLs. Okay, I have seen it once. It was an internal SJ thing, and there's video of it out there, but I'm not going to link to it. It was one of those days. Aero 4s? Oh, anti-air. Okay, so here's your anti-air to get rid of those VTOL. And also to maybe launch some Aero 4s using a tag laser, as it's called, to attract missiles from it by the battle armors. Down are about to get hit pretty hard by Gorgots. Oh, Bob in the air now. This should be good. That's 4 VTOLs in the air. What's up? Okay, Pleione, we'll make a note of it and we'll evaluate the map after, okay? Okay. Okay. Alright, we'll make a note of it and we'll move on to map 3. I'll test it out and then whoa, ouch. But yeah, if you need anything else, let me know. Just been informed that there may be some issues with the map. I'm trying to get these VTOLs into frame because this is pretty frickin' rare to see this amount of air power in an organized event. Even in a public event, this is a bit rare. Stubby running some anti-air support, trying to get some missiles up there. Bob finally goes down, but facing 2 battle armors. That's pretty crazy stuff. And this is one hell of a crazy match. We're going to have to test out the capturability of the center, but we'll deal with it on the next map. Whether this counts or not, this has still been just a pleasure to watch, and I still think this will be your video of the week by the time we're done. Stubby's having to deal with here. A lot of fish. There are 4 missiles. Don't necessarily hit you, but they have a lot. They don't turn well. They have a crap load of fuel, so you do have to try to be mindful of that. More so in a fighter plane than in the VTOL type helicopter. But Stupid did as much as he could, but when you've got that many things shooting at you, it's difficult. Marius taking advantage of the fact that its opponent has abandoned that base, so he's going to capture it if he hasn't already gotten it, taking a couple of pot shots up there, trying to remove this base so that the other team doesn't have the ability to take air as easily.
Assembly in progress. Assembly ready and hammer.
They got back in on time, so they'll be alright. Well, if the battle does stand, it'll be a victory for the defenders. We'll move on to map 3. We'll play as many as we can today. Hopefully wrap this up. And map 3, I think, is Forest Valley, but that might get subbed out for Clear Cut or something similar because we need room to run for the strategy for the Saiph forces is to have a bunch of fast medium assets called Black Lanterns. So it was not live streamed, so that bit of information won't give anybody any advantage. Be interesting to see how those work, because Wolverine's Rebirth is the best in the business at utilizing those Black Lanterns in tandem as a fast strike force. Wow, that almost hit. See what's going on the ground down here. Gnome and Shooter got a good little battle going on here. Ouch. Well, that's going to do it for now. Check the battle log to see if it counts, or just check the number of maps that we played for this campaign in the heading to see whether we went to a 4-5. But we'll see you next time on the Chaos March Network. Thanks for watching.